the topic of leadership is a very controversial one, and above all, I believe what's most lacking is that we don't even have a standard for what leadership means. What is leadership? There was this debate between Obama and Hillary, whether a president of the United States is a CEO or is he a visionary? Is he an implementer, an administrative genius, or is he a visionary that just makes people feel good, or that lifts them up, or gives them bigger vision? Now, I find that most leaders today, the best, are basically good administrators. People trust them for the administrative qualities. Some are great firefighters. They know how to put out fires in times of crisis. But frankly, growing up with a Torah perspective, I want to just throw in the Torah standard of a leader, which is far, far higher than all these definitions and many others that I didn't mention. The Torah's definition of a leader is a role model of what God wants us to be in this world. It's the humblest person on earth, not the most arrogant. Most presidents, for instance, you'd say, how do they climb the ladder? It's usually through their aggression, through their ambition, connections, money. Oh, if you raise more money, you're going to be more likely you'll be elected because you'll be able to buy advertising and buy what you need. In Judaism, the leader was the one that had the least, not the one that had the most. And the least of what? The least of ego. Moses, who was the epitome of a Jewish leader, was the one that didn't want the job. When God said, I want you to do it, Moses said, choose my brother, I can't speak. He had 50 excuses. And he wasn't trying to be cute. He truly didn't want it. So there's an expression in the Torah that goes like this: those that pursue honor, honor will elude them. And those that run from honor, honor will pursue them. The true leaders are people who don't want the job because they're not looking for power, they're not looking for control, they're not looking for influence, they're not looking to make a mark, they're not looking to leave their name. I'm not suggesting those are bad things per se, but leadership, from a Torah point of view, they're not. A leader is the ultimate humble human being whose whole life is dedicated to serving a higher purpose. I know a lot of people use that cliche, I'm here to serve the country, I'm here to serve that purpose, that purpose. But the bottom line is that there's plenty of personal gain that's usually connected to it. And this standard is really lacking in our lives today. It's even lacking in the religious community. Rabbis in a synagogue, at best, and many are not at best, but at best, we'll say, is a good inspiration, a good administrator. He knows how to juggle the board of trustees well. He's liked. All great qualities. But the bottom line is he a spiritual leader? Is this person a soul doctor? Does he know and sensitive to the souls of his community? Many rabbis may give great sermons, but the most spiritual of the community should be the rabbi. I know many people do not see their rabbis that way. That's why there's a waning attendance rate in synagogues, because you don't see rabbis that way. You have all the jokes about rabbi speeches and sermons, how irrelevant rabbis are, etc., etc. Now, many are very good people, and their intentions are good, but I think the standard has been lost. The standard of a rabbi was Moses, was a person who was able to get in touch with another person's soul in the most profound way, that when he said something, it resonated. Ask people, are your leaders saying things that resonate with you? Not about the economy, about your life, about your spiritual life, about your children, about love. Many leaders today are far cry from any type of moral paragons or moral. Now, I'm not here to just critique with fire and brimstone against leaders. I think it's critical to look back at what the standard of a true leader is. And the true standard of a leader is somebody who is dedicated to the cause, dedicated to things that are greater than himself. I'm not saying there aren't such people around. You find them, often you find them actually in times of war, when they give their lives for others. But unfortunately in politics, as well as in monarchies, like in England and so on, leaders are not respected in that fashion. They've become either parodies, great material for gossip, type of thing for pundits to talk about what we caught them doing and not doing. But I think that spiritual standard that Judaism always taught of what a leader should be is really lacking almost across the board. And I think us grassroots people should be insisting on those standards. Because remember, a leader, you usually get what you deserve. If the people expect something of lower standard, that's what they're going to get. If they expect and demand something greater, the leaders will have to rise to that occasion. So what to do about it is another story. But as far as what leadership is about, that's the key, is to redefine the standard. What is the standard, ultimate standard of a leader? And I think many of us have lowered the bar, because it's like many people say, at least I want to choose the best from the worst type of thing.